Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about 7 most important steps uh, and we'll be knowing about uh, why your visa gets rejected. So most of the candidate, they don't understand why their visa get rejected. Okay, and stay till the last of this video and I'm going to give you a bonus tip, okay, to understand why after you face an interview you give the right answer, your body language may be right, you may be well groomed, but still you don't get the visa. Okay, so throughout my experience with this same profile of job, I have been seeing a lot of the candidates, they are facing a problem. Especially in a few months, I've seen a lot of candidates getting rejected for visa. So most of the candidates, they say that, sir, the interview went very well, everything was fine, the counselor was good with me, the questions was easy, whatever the question was asked, I answered them. But still, at the end, when they get the reason, the visa is rejected. So today we are going to talk about why our visa gets rejected. It is almost the same and similar for all the embassies. Okay, so let's start with point number 1. I'll try to make you people understand as much as I can in an easiest form, in an easiest way. Okay. So basically, I have jotted down a few points out here. Point number 1, if you see, it's the first point. What I want to mention regarding why the visa gets rejected is, number 1 is being unprepared. Many times, what happens is that candidates, they are not prepared for the type of visa they are applying. So as you know, most of the visa the candidates they apply is either a work permit visa, or either they apply for a student visa, or either they apply for tourist visa. So basically today we are just going to talk about work permit visa, because my main job is dealing with the work permit. Okay, so the first point, when you are going for a work visa and when your visa is getting rejected, the first thing is that most of the candidates, they are not prepared. They are not prepared with the work that they are assigned to, or the work permit that was assigned to them, and whatever is stated in the work permit. Always remember that whatever question that will be asked to you by the counselor will be according to the work permit. Okay, so if a counselor is asking you regarding your job, the job description is already described in the work permit. Okay, so you can just go through your work permit regarding the job profile that you will be working, the company name in which company you will be working, the place of address where the company office address is there, and you have to also know the hours of work and the hours of salary or the payment that the company is paying you. Okay, and not only that, but you have to also know the hours of work that is mandatory in a month, and the maximum amount of salary that you can withdraw in a month, and a minimum salary. So always remember, you have to know the gross and you have to know the net. Many times a counselor is asking a candidate a question, what will be your salary? And most of the candidates, they go with the salary, gross salary. They answer the gross salary. So whenever you are answering to the counselor regarding the salary, whatever the counselor asking you in regard to the salary, you should always remember that you need to answer the counselor the salary that you will be receiving is after the deduction. Okay, that will be your net salary. And please also understand that there is a maximum amount of time that you can work, and there is a minimum amount of time that you can work in a month and in a day. So you have to be very clear with that. Plus, you have to be very clear with the accommodation address where you are going to stay once you reach that particular country. Many a times, the candidates, they don't know the accommodation address. You also have to know very clearly which will be your landing airport. You have to be very clear what will be your transit. And also, once you reach the landing airport, who is going to come and fetch you. Plus, you have to be very clear with the distance from your airport to your accommodation. These are some of the basic things that you need to be very clear about. Okay. The other things that you need to be clear about is regarding the provisions and the benefits the companies are giving you, like the insurance, the medical insurance, the life insurance, the accommodation, what they are providing you in the accommodations, okay, like kitchen, bathroom, electricity, water, gas. So these are the basic things that you need to know, that what the companies are providing you. Many times the candidates, they don't know. And there are some countries who provide accommodations and the other provisions in the accommodations like water, gas and electricity. Okay, but there are some charges that is applicable to the thing that the companies are providing. And there are some countries who don't charge. Okay, so you need to be very clear with that, and you can understand and you can know about this in your work permit and in your pre-employment contract. So whenever you are getting your work permit and whenever you are getting a pre-employment contract, please understand that you need to go through all of them, understand each and everything step by step. Okay, and that is how you prepare yourself. Okay, and one of the basic question that almost every counselor they ask to the candidate is that why you want to come to my country, or why you want to go to that country, why you want to go. Let's give an example. If a counselor asks you why you want to go to France, why you want to come to France. Okay, so this is the most common question that a counselor asks. You need to be very well prepared with this question. Okay, how you are going to answer. I think in my previous videos you can just go and check out. You will find good answers there. How you need to answer this type of questions. Okay, and if you want me to make a particular video on this particular question, I'll make it for you. Okay, that will help you a lot. So number one is being prepared. Prepare being prepared with your knowledge, being prepared with your answer to the question what the counselor is going to ask, and most probably and basically the question that is going to be asked will be from your pre-employment contract and from the work permit. Okay, counselor is not going to ask you any question out of the box. Okay, please understand. And the second thing, apart from your being prepared with your study materials of your work permit and e-contract, you need to be prepared with your grooming. Okay, the way you look, like it's very important. We already have a video in our YouTube. You can just go and check out there how you should look like, how should your body language should be during the interview. Okay, so that is the first thing, being prepared. Now, second point, as far as what I have found is, providing an incorrect answer to the counselor or providing an insufficient answer to the counselor. Many times, a counselor is maybe asking a very simple question, but you may be providing the wrong answer to him, knowing or maybe unknowingly. Many times there are candidates who, like, they don't listen to the full question and they just answer abruptly. Okay, that causes you to answer wrong. Okay, so it is very important for you people to first listen to the question properly. Okay, hear the question properly, what the counselor is asking. Whether he is asking you regarding the accommodation address, whether he is asking about the office address, whether he is asking about the salary, net salary, whether he is asking about the gross salary, whether he is asking you the transit, whether he is asking you the landing airport, whether he is asking you regarding the job, or whether he is asking you the role in the job. Okay, so these are the different type of things the counselor may be asking you. So you have to be very clear with the question first in your head. And once you are clear with the question in your head, then you can go on with the answer. Okay, so please understand, many a time the visa gets rejected. Why? Because the candidates, they are not, they don't, their answer is not effective, or let's say their answer is not correct. Okay, they tend to give a wrong answer. Okay, and the second thing is that many times candidate, they give an insufficient answer. That means the answer is not full. Suppose, let's say a counselor is asking a candidate a question. So they say, what is your accommodation address? Let's say suppose, what is your accommodation address? Then they go on to say that my accommodation address is Uska Puska ABCD 1 2 3 4 Khatam. Okay, so they tend to go on, they tend to answer saying my accommodation address is Uska Puska 39. So that is an incorrect answer. When you are answering, you need to go with the full accommodation address, saying that my address will be Ul Harsaski 1348/8 this Harsaska. Okay, so the second point is providing incorrect or insufficient info. Okay, many times, as I said, most of the candidates, they don't provide the full answer, or the answer that they are given is incorrect. Okay, maybe the type of address a counselor asking, the address of an office, and the candidate may be giving an answer, the address of their accommodation. Many times a counselor may be asking the net salary, but the candidate may be giving an answer of gross salary. And hours per hour work, how much they are going to get paid, and a candidate may be answering or her saying the salary that they will be getting per month. Yeah. Okay, so many a times there is an incorrect information that you are providing to the counselor. So please understand that whenever you are answering, please hear the question properly. The first thing is that you need to hear the question properly. Okay, so what kind of a question the counselor is asking, whether she is asking about my accommodation address, whether she is asking my office address, whether she is asking me my job or the responsibility of my job, whether she is asking me my net salary or gross salary or per month salary, okay, or my per month net or gross salary. Okay, so please understand. So whatever the question they are asking, first hear the question and you answer it. Okay, so please understand, many times the visa get rejected. Why? Because you are giving an incorrect info to the client. Or many times there are times that when the candidate, they are giving an insufficient answer to the client. Okay, insufficient answer to the client means you are not giving the full answer to the client. Okay, a client may be asking you, so how will you go from your country to that country? How? Okay, so let's give an example. If a client is asking you, how will you go from India to Poland or France? Okay, I'll just give you an example of Poland. So let's say how will you go from India to Poland? Now you need to give all the answers there. Okay, your flight details you need to give. From Delhi, you have a flight from Mumbai. From the Mumbai, then you will be having a transaction in Frankfurt, and from the Frankfurt, you will be getting down to Warsaw, and from Warsaw, then you will be going to your accommodation address. Okay, the full answer need to be given. Okay, you just can't live on the halfway, saying that, Madam, I'll board a flight from Delhi to Warsaw. No, that is an incorrect answer. So many a times, a candidate is not providing the full answer or the full information to the client. That is why the visa gets rejected.